Hi, it's Nathan K from London Grapple, and I'm with Young Will, and I'm going to show a seated triangle. Okay, so I'm starting in seated guard. Okay, I'm going to begin to start hand fighting, and I'm going to get a 2-on-1 on Will's hand and wrist and elbow. Sorry. Okay, now I'm going to begin to holster his wrist to my hip. Okay, my cross hip. So I'm going to bring it across my hip, and now from here, same side leg is going to go on his hip. Okay, if I put my foot on his other hip, it's very easy for him to start straight foot lock at me. Okay. So I'm going to go same side hip, and now from here, I can choose to further off balance him by kicking his leg out. It's not it's not super important, but I can just to create a further off balance. Okay, now his hand's on the floor, and I go foot to bicep. So even if he grabs my foot in this scenario, I can still pummel it back to his bicep, and then begin to throw it over his shoulder. Okay. Now at first, I'm going to have a very loose triangle, so I'm going to go to start gripping the back of Will's head and underhooking his far leg like so. Now I'm just going to roll up onto my shoulders as I pull my right knee underneath his shoulder, and I make sure I cover this shoulder with my thigh. So I roll up, bring my knee lower, make sure I'm covering his shoulder with my thigh, and now I begin to lock up my triangle to get a finish. One more time. So, hand fighting, I get wrist and elbow control. I'm basing off his hip on the same side. I can kick off of his knee if I need him to be further off balanced. Now I go to his bicep, and I begin to throw my leg over his shoulders. Okay. Now I need to make a tighter triangle, so I go hand behind his head, and I start scooping his far leg. And now I'm just going to rock up onto my shoulders as I bring my right knee under his shoulder, and I cover this shoulder here. Okay. Now I can begin to start locking my triangle up and get my finish.